Hello everybody. I hope you can hear me. I have the fan on because I am dog sitting for the night. Dog sitting to French bulldogs. And you know, when they breathe, it's just so loud. I'm not sure if you can hear me. I didn't expect the fan to be that loud, I'm going to be honest. And it's too far away from me to go and turn it off. So I put my pajamas on to get comfy. And I was so tired earlier, I took like a small nap. And me and naps do not get along. Whenever I do take a nap, I feel like crap when I wake up again. So I probably got like a 40-minute nap. Though I was sleeping on the couch and in not a very comfortable position, and my head was hurting, my eyes hurt, and I think it was just more like a strained headache that I had because my shoulders have been tight. So I was kind of laying in the bed for a little bit, wanting to go back to sleep, but it was like 4 p.m. and I didn't want to wake up at 4 in the morning, so I was waiting. I want to get up at 8 in the morning to get some reading done, because then I leave at noon. But we shall see. So bedtime's not till 11, and it's currently like 8 something. So I wanted to show you the books that I brought with me, which I've also made these like my September reads. I'm gonna try my hardest to read these. I wanted to start doing a like nightly reading, so we'll see how that goes. I hope it works out for me. But yeah, this is my September reads. Some cozy autumn sort of books. My first book is A Study in Charlotte by Brittany Cavallaro. This is like a Sherlock Holmes and Watson, but I believe it's like teenage girl Sherlock and teenage boy Watson, and I believe his father's like a police officer or something, and it's about them two meeting in this one. I also heard there's romance, and there's 4 books. Well, there's 3 books after this, and I feel like I'm gonna be hooked, and I only have this one book, so yeah. This is just something I was thinking like a light read. It's probably YA. I believe this is a YA book, so it's probably like an easy read and something to get like really into. Next, I got A Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson. I think we all heard of this book by like everybody on BookTube. I want to get into reading this. I know there's like 2 other books after this one. It's like a trilogy in the series. So yeah, it would be great to read that. Then I have A Deal with the Elf King by Elise Kova. I love the illustrated covers. They're so pretty, especially this one. I just love the contrast of these characters so much, and they're both hot, so yeah. It's been like forever since I've been wanting to read this. And lastly, which is another one that forever I've been wanting to read, The Silent Patient by Alex McKilled. I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm not even gonna say his last name. I don't know. I did not know that he wrote The Maidens, which I have that book because I got it from a little free library. But I heard so much bad stuff, like bad reviews about it, that I was just like, oh, I probably won't like it. But I've been wanting to read this forever because I heard it's a good thriller, and that everyone gets shocked at the end. So I don't know. I picked like really for me, like, good books, because I don't know which one to pick, like which one to read first. I don't know. I don't know what I'm feeling, because this one's thriller, this one's fantasy romance, mystery. I don't believe this has any romance in it. And then the YA mystery romance. Maybe A Study in Charlotte. I just feel like it may be an easier read. So let's try this one. And maybe for those of you who never heard of this, I'm going to read you some stuff that it says on it. A Study in Charlotte. You've never seen Watson and Holmes like this before. Are you sure about that? Because there's been a lot of Watson and Holmes redones. Read you some blurbs. An Explosive Mystery by Kirkus Reviews. A starred review. Fans of television's Elementary and Sherlock will aptly devour this book. A joyous excuse to watch one of the literary world's most beloved pairings come together. By ALA Booklist. I've never watched Elementary. My parents, or well, I guess my mom watches Elementary, or did. And I did watch Sherlock Holmes, the BBC one, and loved it. So, I don't know. Anyway, so to the synopsis of the book. The last thing Jamie Watson wants is a rugby scholarship to Sherringford, a Connecticut prep school just an hour away from his estranged father. But that's not the only complication. Sherringford is also home to Charlotte Holmes, the famous detective's great-great-great-granddaughter, who has inherited not only Sherlock's genius, but also his volatile temperament. From the moment they meet, there's a tense energy between them, and they seem more destined to be rivals than anything else. But when a Sherringford student dies under suspicious circumstances, ripped straight from the most terrifying of Sherlock Holmes stories, Jamie can no longer afford to keep his distance. Jamie and Charlotte are being framed for murder. Equal parts tender, thrilling, and hilarious, A Study in Charlotte is the first in a trilogy with wit and edge-of-the-seat suspense. Okay, convince me. I'll read it. Hello. I don't know how long it's been. It's probably only been like 30 minutes or something like that. I'm on page 28. And I still think this is probably YA. But it's been really good so far. I'm not even gonna lie. It's been really good, like the first 28 pages. The person who you find out has mysteriously been murdered was a surprise. Also, like the cute relationship of freaking Watson trying to befriend Holmes is hilarious. So now that this person has been murdered, they're trying to figure out who did it. And someone is a suspect. And I don't know how far I can say anything, but honestly, this is really gripping me to continue reading. It's like 9:30, I think, so I have like an hour left to keep reading, so I'll update you on that. Okay, I'm on page 56. And oh my gosh, the things that have happened so far is freaking crazy. I'm not even gonna lie, but so good. My theory, because right now we're like, okay, who is, framing Sherlock and Holmes? Who is it? I think, I'm gonna call it out because I was like, oh, well, maybe it was this person that did it. I'm gonna say it was the victim themselves. I think the victim did it. because the victim seemed to be super interested in Holmes, very badly, in fact. He was an asswipe, to be honest. And I think he did it to himself. And he's framing the both of them because of reasons that I cannot say, or it's spoilery. Maybe. I don't know. And does it count at 56 pages? I don't know. But yeah, that's my theory. Also, this book is really good. I just want to come back and say, I know I said that I was like, I think this is YA. Well, because I keep going into it. And there's mentions of drugs. I know that some YA like talks about drugs and, you know, they curse. Oh my goodness. They curse like teenagers do. But then there was also an essay that happened, and trigger warning, because I didn't know. I mean, I didn't hear anything about it. It doesn't really affect me personally, but if it does for you, then trigger warning on this one. But yeah, like I said, super interesting. I wish I read some Sherlock Holmes stories, because I want to know if this story in here that they're mentioning is a real story or not. Anyways, it's super intriguing, because I've said that like a lot of times, but I just want to go into like Watson is the great grandson of Dr. Watson, and Holmes is the great granddaughter of Sherlock Holmes. And we're kind of like, okay, these generations that happened after, you know, Dr. Watson published these stories about Sherlock, and you just see like the families and how the children are kind of treated because of their name, and the reason that Holmes wanted to be, you know, best friends with Sherlock, with the Holmes, and you know, that Holmes probably didn't, you know, seemingly hasn't have a good relationship with the family. Seems like they just don't treat the children that well, because our Sherlock is also using drugs, and our Holmes, or did I say Sherlock? Why do I keep saying that? Watson, Sherlock. I mean, not Watson and Wilson. Oh my goodness, I cannot freaking talk. And then our Watson wants to be a writer, but because of the history of his family, he hasn't told anybody that he wants to be a writer. And now we're following the both of them kicking butt. Well, not yet, but solving crime slowly. Right now we're just thinking of why they wanted to frame them, and why they're using a Sherlock Holmes story, murder, using a Sherlock Holmes murder, recreated the murder. So, yeah, that's where we're at. I'm tired, but I still want to keep reading. But I don't want to stay up till 3 in the morning. Maybe I'll update you guys tomorrow. Guys, it's getting crazy. It's like 2 p.m. I just got home like at 8, and then picked up the book. So I think I left on page 100, and I'm currently on page 117. You guys, it's freaking crazy. I think, no, I'm not sure, but it seemed like somebody else died. And so I went from, oh, it was the victim, and then I was like, oh, it's the literary teacher, and then I'm like, it's Randall. Oh my goodness. So yeah, I don't know. I'm just making up people who I think it is. But freaking crazy that another person just died. And everything that's happening so far is crazy. Charlotte has a lot of secrets. It's kind of funny that this is told by Watson's point of view. Also, the relationship between Watson and Charlotte, or Charlotte and Jamie, are super funny. Also, maybe some, what's it called? Maybe like some love interest happening between them two. Well, mostly Watson, but it's getting good. I did not expect this, but it is getting good. So yes, it is the next day. I finished A Study in Charlotte last night. I was gonna update, but it was like almost 10 and I was tired and ready to go to bed, so I just decided to wait till the next day. Though I did end up getting busy and it's like noon now and I'm kind of hungry and I need to make lunch. But I had to talk about this book. I literally had to talk about this book. So my first impressions, as you guys saw, were all wrong. In the beginning, I just thought, in the beginning when I first picked up this book, I got this from a Goodwill, saw the synopsis and was interested, so I bought it. I think the only reason I hadn't gotten rid of it off of my shelves was because Chandler Aisley had reviewed it on Goodreads, and I think the first book she gave 4 stars, and then you saw like her commenting on the other 3 books about how she binged all 3 of them and loved them. So that's why I kept this book, because I was like, well, maybe it is good. Yeah, I did not expect what came out of this book. First impressions was that it was a YA Charlotte. It was a YA Sherlock and Holmes retelling, like all the other retellings that there is, but this I thought was like teenage, high school retelling. That's not exactly what this is. I don't even know. I think it is YA, but I did not expect the topics and language that was in this YA book. There is cursing in it. There is SA and drug usage in this book, which in the, I think I read it to you guys, the blurb, someone had mentioned if you were a fan of Elementary and Sherlock that you would love this book. I watched Sherlock and I did see some like similarities to this, especially drug usage and language wise. But my mom watched Elementary, which I guess the similarity was in Elementary they had a female Watson and a male Sherlock. I think were the only things about that, was one of the things about that show. But in this book we have a female Holmes and a male Watson, but our Holmes in this book is Charlotte Holmes, and she is the descendant of Sherlock Holmes, and the boy who is in this book is a descendant of Dr. Watson, John Watson. Just seeing this story told as the classics of Sherlock Holmes has came out and was written by John Watson, you see how it plays into this story, that everybody across the world knows who Holmes and Watson are, well, more like their families, and you get to see the generations of the other Holmes and Watsons, and just kind of like their similarities to each other and how they've kept, I guess, the deduction skills throughout generations, and how it gets to them being the new generation. This was so good. Of course, I'm not going to get too into it, but we start off with a murder like we always do. But the person who was murdered is not something that you think is going to happen. Well, I didn't. I really didn't think that person was who was going to get murdered. Though, I mean, kinda, did he deserve it? Maybe. We also see that something traumatic happened to Holmes in this as well, and during out this book, and I'm sure throughout the future books as well, that we're going to figure out how she copes with the situation. Though so far in regular life, Sherlock is not coping well with other things. I don't know if I'm going to do spoilers. Maybe I'll do spoilers. But I just feel like it feels like nobody around me has talked about this book like I need people to talk about this book. So I don't know if I want to spoil anything and like make you guys intrigued on wanting to pick this up. But like I wrote in my Goodreads, if you want a Sherlock Holmes like original kind of storytelling where it's not a retelling, it's more like new characters who are descendants from the original characters. There is really good mysteries in it. I think it had 3 people who I suspected were the killers, and they ended up being none of them. Also, the character development is so good, and the friendship that you get from these two is really unexpected and like soulmate-like. Like they've always been destined to be best friends, of course, as a Sherlock and a Holmes, which is amazing. And just getting, you only get Watson's point of view, just like you do kind of in the original story. Watson is writing you this, so it is in his point of view. And just also that there's going to be a little bit of romance in this. It's kind of spewed into it throughout this book. It's not like immediate in your face kind of thing. Because we have Sherlock, who doesn't really comprehend a lot of feelings as well. So yes, I need to read the rest of the series so bad. I also read this, if you guys maybe don't want to pick up the book, the audiobook, it was like watching a TV show. I'm not even kidding you. This book, and if you want to read the audiobook, was like a TV show or a movie. It was so good. I kept feeling while listening to it that it needed to be a TV show, like honestly. Because I also want to mention on the audiobook did really good, because Holmes was originally born in America, but his parents are both English, and then once his parents split up, he moved back to London. So in the story it kind of talks about that he switches his accents a lot, and in the audiobook it does a really good job at that. Like it's something where he either interacts with other English people, or when he gets overwhelmed or angry, that his accent will switch. So I thought that was a really awesome detail to that. I cannot read any more about this. I give this 5 stars. So I kind of want to do a reading vlog where I finish the series. I don't know if I could be like everybody else and finish it within a week. It is Wednesday now, and I think I picked this up Monday night. I continued reading it throughout the day when I could Tuesday. And now I'm talking about a Wednesday. So if I can, I guess, start Wednesday night, so tonight, I might be able to get through 2 this week. I don't know. We'll see. I'm not as good as a reader, as fast as a reader as everybody else. So we shall see about that. But I just wanted to update and then change this video entirely by saying that I'm going to do a reading vlog of the series. And I wish I bought the whole series. I kept looking on Pango books for the books, which I do see them, but like I said, it would take forever for me to pick them up. So I'm going to attempt to see if I can get them from the library. I'm not sure. If not, I'll probably just see if I can get the ebook from the library and listen to the audiobook while I'm reading, because the audiobook is great too. So yes, I will see you guys on the next book. People who film in front of their parents when their parents are in the other room, you're brave. You're very brave. And I think also some people have bigger houses than I do, which is they might find easier. But she's like in the other room. And we have really thin walls, so okay, I'm gonna go ahead and try to do this video, and hopefully you can hear me. So as you read from the title, I have 2 announcements, and I think they're going to be pretty short announcements. The first one that I'm going to go ahead and put out is in theme of October. How do I explain? My shelves are like full of either thriller, paranormal, fantasy, romance sort of books, like filled with. I think I have this behind here, behind the book of the month books, are like all hardcover fantasy books, and this is all fantasy, paranormal, romance right here. And then you can't see, but I have a kind of a TBR pile for next month. And the reason that I sort of have a TBR pile, even though I'm a mood reader and that never works for me, I plan to do a read every day in the month of October. Now I don't know how that's gonna go, because like I said, I'm a mood reader, and I don't know how this is gonna go, but I'm gonna try my best. I'm gonna do a whole video on what books I choose that you guys can't see here. That's gonna be saved, and then if I don't want to read some, or because I'm a mood reader, then I can pick from the other ton of books that I have. So yeah, I think I might do, it might be a different uploading schedule. Instead of every Wednesday, maybe I'll do every Sunday, because I want to do a week, I don't know, either a week worth of reading, or let's see, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So 4 days, and then upload Wednesday. I don't know, we'll see. I don't exactly know. So either I'm changing schedule to Sunday, or I'm keeping the same schedule for Wednesday. I'll figure that out. So I think tomorrow's Wednesday. That's my upload time. So maybe I'll start reading early so that I can keep up. Or maybe I'll start the day of. I have no clue. So yeah, I just wanted to do that. I don't know what I should title it, like Halloween vlog, October vlog. Because didn't they used to have like Christmas vlog where they would like post every day of December? I don't know, we'll see when we get there. But yeah, that's announcement 1 that watch out for next month. I hope to have a lot of vlogs out, and a lot of books read, hopefully. And the second announcement that I'm super excited to tell you guys. I have a little free library now. Well, not yet. How do I describe this? After like months of wanting to do a little free library, like I mean months, especially in my neighborhood, we do not have a little free library. I looked everywhere, and I kind of want to do a video on like the process of getting the little free library and then making the little free library, but like short story. I finally found a little free library, or something to use as a little free library, that's super cute, and we spray painted it, but we still need to like fix the latch on it and install it into the yard. So yeah, I'm super excited about that. I also made a separate Instagram for it. If you've already followed me, you've already seen that it's on my bio, and you've seen kind of like the process as well. You guys can definitely go on to my Instagram and check it out, and it has its own Instagram that you guys can follow if you want. No, it doesn't matter if you don't, but yeah, It's just to show you guys what's up with it. Also, I'm on the Little Free Library Instagram that I made for it. It's called Bri'sLittleReads. I took inspiration from my username. I'm trying to think. Oh, if you go onto the Little Reads Instagram, in the bio there is ways to help out with the Little Free Library. I don't know if you guys remember when I had to deal with my my car engine, and that was the whole process. Now my AC is out, so I have some money for the Little Free Library to do, but you know, if you guys can help in any way, I would be super grateful. You don't have to, you don't feel like you need to, but you know, if you could, I'd greatly appreciate it. I have a Ko-Fi for it, for some projects towards the Little Free Library. There's also a wish list, which also you guys don't have to contribute to. I just feel like on the Amazon is a little bit expensive, so I don't know if there's like a way for you guys to just pick the used book option. I don't even know if that's a thing. I think I also mentioned on my Ko-Fi, like book outlet, you can do gift cards. That's appreciated too. I mean, I think I'm good on books right now. I have a whole bunch of books. It's just like cosmetic stuff for the Little Free Library right now. Yeah, hopefully the stupid car gets freaking settled and there's no more issues. It would have been better if it was just spaced out, but no, it just has issues. But anyways, so yeah, this is gonna be like a short video, and I don't know if I'm gonna add this to another video. I have no clue. But yeah, I just wanted to make this little announcement to give you guys like a heads up on what to expect. I have a Little Free Library video. Yeah, so that's it for the little announcement. I just wanted to let you guys know what to expect for future videos, especially in October. I don't know when I'll finish the Little Free Library. We kind of have other things going on, so I hope to get it out soon, but you know, I'm not sure. Also, it's like a cabinet and it's like super heavy, and I'm trying to figure out what to put it on. I would think I have to like use a metal post, but don't you have to have something on top of the metal post to like drill into the box? I don't know, I'm confused about that too. So yeah, if you guys have any suggestions, please let me know. But yeah, I'm super excited for October, and I'm super excited for my Little Free Library, and we'll see like how things go. Hope it works out for me. That would be amazing. But yeah, that's it. That's all I wanted to let you guys know, and then kind of like show off my October outfits. And I'll see you guys next time.